On a freezing winter night when the city lights blurred through the falling snow like fading dreams, Armin was returning home after another long shift at the mechanic shop, exhausted, cold, and carrying the weight of a life that never seemed to ease up. His hands were numb, his shoes soaked, and his mind kept replaying the bills he had to pay and the dreams he still couldn't afford. As he walked past the silent bus stop, he noticed a young woman sitting barefoot on the snowy pavement, hugging her knees, trembling violently in the icy wind. Her long blonde hair was dusted with snowflakes, her thin dress soaked, and her eyes, filled with fear, sadness, and something deeper he couldn't name, looked up at him as if silently pleading for help. Armin didn't know who she was, didn't recognize her expensive coat now torn at the sleeve, didn't see the hidden world she belonged to. All he saw was a human being suffering. Without thinking twice, he removed his own jacket, old, worn, but warm, and wrapped it around her shoulders, his hands shaking from the cold. "You'll freeze out here," he said gently. "Please stand up, you need warmth." The woman blinked as if surprised by his kindness, her voice barely audible as she whispered, "Thank you. I didn't expect anyone to stop." Armin helped her up and guided her to the bus shelter, brushing the snow off her hair. She told him her name was Alina, her voice soft but tired, and explained that she had been robbed just an hour earlier, her bag, phone, and shoes stolen while she was searching for a taxi after leaving a high-pressure business meeting. Armin listened quietly, nodding with genuine sympathy. Unlike others, he didn't pry, didn't ask what company she worked for, didn't assume anything about her lifestyle. He simply stayed beside her, offering warmth, comfort, and humanity in a world that often forgot to care. When the bus finally arrived, Armin paid for her ticket despite her insistence that he didn't need to. "I'm not doing this for anything," he said with a small smile. "Just get home safe." She looked at him with a mixture of gratitude and disbelief, as if no one had treated her like a normal person in a long time. They rode in silence for a few minutes until Alina spoke again, her voice steadier now. "Most people just walk past," she said. "Why didn't you?" Armin shrugged. "Because kindness doesn't cost anything. Life is already hard, we should make it easier for each other when we can." She stared at him as if memorizing every word. When the bus reached her stop, Armin offered to walk her to her building to ensure she was safe. She agreed, and they walked together through the snowy streets until they reached a tall luxury apartment tower, a place far beyond anything Armin could ever imagine living in. Before entering, she turned to him. "Armin," she said softly, "you don't know who I am, do you?" He shook his head with an awkward smile. "Just someone who needed help." Her lips curved into a small, emotional smile. "I'm the CEO of one of the largest tech companies in the country." Armin froze, shocked. She continued, "Today I was betrayed by people I trusted. But tonight, a stranger reminded me that goodness still exists. You saved me, not just from the cold, but from losing faith in people." Before he could respond, she handed him a small card. "Come to my office tomorrow," she said. "I want to repay you properly." Armin protested, shaking his head. "You don't need to do anything. I didn't help you for a reward." Alina stepped closer, lowering her voice with genuine sincerity. "And that's exactly why I want to." Then she smiled, a smile of someone who had regained hope, and disappeared inside the building. The next day, Armin hesitated to go but eventually decided to visit her office. When he arrived, he was shocked to see her sitting behind a massive desk, surrounded by executives who instantly stood up as she entered the room. She introduced him to her entire team and then looked straight at him with warmth and authority. "This man," she announced, "showed me more leadership, courage, and humanity than half of this industry. Starting today, he will not worry about money again." Armin's eyes widened as she handed him a contract, offering him a high-paying job in the company's community outreach division. "People like you," she said, "are exactly who we need." Tears welled in Armin's eyes, not because of the job, but because someone finally saw value in his kindness. As he walked out of the building later, holding the contract tightly in his hands, he looked up at the sky filled with softly falling snow, only this time, the world felt warmer, brighter, and full of possibility. That night, Alina sent him a message, "You changed my life with a jacket. Now let me change yours." And from that moment forward, both of their lives transformed, proof that sometimes the smallest act of kindness can open the biggest doors in life. And to everyone watching this story right now, if you believe kindness should be more common in this world, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us spread more powerful stories just like this one.